What up, everybody? Late Night Live. We're back. Episode 46. We got most of the gang here. Ace of Jacks Media Grounds. Chris, what's up, man?
It's another good week.
Play any games last week?
I finished Silent Hill 2, and I've also been playing Dragon Quest 3, and I tried out Stalker 2 yesterday. So
Cool.
I'm trying to pull back on the games that I play and just focus on one at a time right now.
Sounds good. Dathan, 8-bit gaming legend. How are you,
Hello,
sir?
hello, class. In honor of Eric, who's not with us today. Maybe he'll show up a little bit later. Hopefully.
Any games last week, sir?
You know, there was quite a few games last week. There was some NWC on Switch. A little bit more Vampire Survivors. There was some. I finally hit up the Zero Dawn remastered. I was finally able to get that going. And I dabbled in some PlayStation Portal Cloud beta action as well. So we can dive into that at some point today.
Nice. Yeah, that could be one of the things we want to talk about tonight is the cloud streaming. Travis,
How was the remaster? Is it good?
Yeah, go ahead.
It is really good. It's
Okay.
like I think I mentioned last week. It took me a while to get it going because I forgot I had a physical copy. But
Yeah.
it plays very smooth. It looks good. Plays
Okay.
great. I played it on both the Portal and on the PS5 with the controller, and it plays great.
I bought it because when I played Horizon Zero Dawn, I only played basically the beginning part, and then
Yeah, same here,
just
same
did
here.
that, and so I guess I figured it would be a good excuse to go ahead and try to beat that game, considering I now own both. Yeah. As far as games played for me, yeah, Dragon Age, Veilguard has just been the solid right now.
Cool.
Yeah. Still giving it a solid meh.
Yeah.
I would. It's good. I mean, it's fine. It's fun, but it's I don't know. It's just not. It's not got that thing that Dragon Age Origins had. And honestly, ever since Dragon Age Origins, I've not been super stoked on the Dragon Age games. So this is kind of just there for me. I know a lot of people really liked Inquisition, but it didn't do as much for me as Dragon Age Origins. So.
Okay. Yeah, well, hey, at least you're still playing it, so.
Oh yeah, I'll beat it. I mean, it's not bad, and it's not like I had no trouble quitting the Star Wars game. This isn't that way. Like I look forward to playing it. It's not bad. And it looks like I have reason to go back to Star Wars now that they're patching it all up a bunch and maybe fixing it as well. So maybe all of the God of War and Dragon Age distractions will make Star Wars the right time to jump in and play that game again. Maybe I'll finally get to shoot on speeder bikes.
Yeah, that's another topic I'd like to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Is the update to Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
Leakrian's in the chat. Hello, sir. And Meatball
Says
Saucy's in the
Meatball,
chat. Good evening,
Good evening.
gents. I'll be listening, but I'm working on my ROG Ally X gaming build. I received my Super Sprint cabinet on Monday. I played a lot of arcade games this week. Oh boy.
Kudos to him. Kudos. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got some kind of setup. So glad you're with us in spirit, Meatball Saucy. Get that thing working real good. Steps Gaming is in the house. How are you? I'm super tired. Yeah, it's probably midnight where you are. But thank you for coming on.
I'm curious with Meatball, like with the ROG Ally X, I am curious if you want to throw it into chat. What is there to build out on that? Because it's a handheld, right? So pre-built. I guess maybe I'm thinking a little bit too much like a PC.
Wait, the Super Sprint cabinet, wasn't that the full-size cabinet? Am I wrong?
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
putting the Ally X to power a Sprint cabinet, is that right? I'm working on my ROG Ally X gaming build. I received my Super Sprint cabinet on Monday. Yeah, I guess I don't know what a Super Sprint cabinet is then.
I think we talked about it a few weeks ago, didn't we? Didn't we have it on here? I thought we did.
Gallagher guy had his big interview with Broken Taverns tonight, so I was kind of let him do
Nice.
his own thing. He might be on later. He got to 500 subs too, so I'm really happy for him.
Yes, good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to super chat him soon or pay the favor here. Launch box is what I'm building now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Super Sprint was already fully built.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll have to see some pictures of your end result here.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've been playing just basically the Horizon Lego Adventures, and my wife just finished the story today. So, and now she's just going through and getting the rest of the achievements. But that's kind of all I've been doing. But I think we got a pretty jam-packed show for you guys. So we're going to talk about Dathan's favorite topic, the Game Awards. All the nominations came out. I figured let's just go over them, and I want like how many of these we've actually played, and kind of what we think of what's going on.
Yeah.
I also want to talk about the streaming on Xbox and PlayStation. I think they made some really positive leaps this week. GameStop and Limited Run are having a baby apparently, and I don't know. I'm not like too hot on it, and I don't know. The reaction on Twitter wasn't what I thought it was going to be when I posted about it. So we'll talk about that. And then there was like I want to talk about Star Wars Outlaws. We'll get into that update because I know most of you guys have played it. I think maybe Dathan you haven't, but all of us, I think most of us have played it. And then there's a really interesting kerfuffle going on with NECA Toys right now. And
saw that. Been reading on that.
It's really interesting, and I really want to hear everyone's honest opinion on things. And like if you have an opinion either way on it, like I'm just curious because like I don't know. I don't. Maybe I've seen something like this, but they're pretty bold right now on kind of what they're saying. So I want to get into that. But yeah. Oh, Saiyan Spirits is in the house tonight too. PS Portal is amazing now. I just upgraded to premium for cloud streaming. So if you guys want to talk about the cloud streaming real quick, so Dathan, so you have the PlayStation Portal. So do I. I haven't updated it yet, but I heard that if you're a PlayStation Plus premium subscriber, that you could do this. I didn't realize you had the premium, or did you just get it?
I've had it since its inception when it first came out. I got it when I think a year was like $70 when it first came out, and then I ended up like during a Black Friday deal you can stack it so you can add on to it. So I think I paid for another year for I think $120. At the time I was like, God, this is a lot of money, but now I'm like, okay, now they're on to something. Now they got something going on with this.
Oh, and I was going to tell you too, I used CD keys last night, and I got a month of Game Pass. I just wanted to see if it would work. I got it for $10 or $11. Pretty cheap compared to the $19-20 what it normally is. I will say there is like they charged my bank an international exchange fee for like 39 cents, which was interesting.
That's weird. I've never had that. I always pay PayPal.
Oh, okay.
I always use PayPal, and it's just a straight across. Usually, I get the 3 months of Ultimate for about between $26 and $29.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Usually. Yeah.
So, so PlayStation Portal's been upgraded, and then Xbox has too. And I don't have any video of Xbox, but or I don't have any video of PlayStation. Here's the Xbox little commercial they did for 16 seconds. You can stream your own game. Can I pause it? maybe. Stream your own game with Game Pass Ultimate. So it looks like if you own games in your digital library, you'll be able to stream a lot of them now right to your device, like Baldur's Gate 3 and uh, what's that new uh, Dragon's Quest 3, Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, those are some heavy hitters. So, but yeah, PlayStation being able to go do the same stuff with the cloud, really cool.
But how laggy is it? Like, it's got to be just.
I haven't tried the Xbox yet. I've only done the PlayStation Portal with just the clouds, and I haven't had a single glitch or a stoppage or anything like that.
So
But
it feels exactly like latency is not an issue. It feels exactly like you put the disc in, powered it up, and are sitting there playing.
So I tested it because I played 5 or 6 games. I started out with Shredder's Revenge just to do a quick test, and it played great. And then I was like, well, I want to try a fighting game because that's kind of like your
That's
test.
the one.
And I tested Mortal Kombat 11 because that was one of the 150 games that was on there, and I had no issues. Like everything was perfect.
And it's not preloading, so it's not like you're preloading it. You're streaming it just straight off the server.
Streaming it straight off, and it's not off of your PS5.
Right.
It's just straight up in the clouds. That's where it's coming from.
That's impressive.
Yeah. It took me a little while to figure out because I never played with the settings on the Portal. It took me a second to figure out how to update it. Because that was a little, and you have to click on like the cloud, the beta check to get it to go. So I had to YouTube it to figure out how to get it because it wasn't popping up. But once you get everything set up, and then when you first turn on your Portal, you have 2 options. You can either play from your PS5 or you can play from cloud service.
And do you know what I guess it doesn't matter because you're playing on the Portal, so your screen is probably not the highest resolution of screens. But you're probably not streaming at 4K or anything like that, right?
No, I'm sure
like
it's
720.
Yeah, I'm sure it's OLED, whatever. It's probably like this, whatever the Switch is, the OLED Switch, just like that.
Okay. Interesting.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
that's impressive nonetheless.
I'm curious when it's going to go live for everybody.
Yeah.
So, but
when they first launched, I thought they were only going to have maybe like 20 games on there or so. But their library, it's pretty substantial. How many games? I think they said there was 120. I think someone counted them. There's like almost 200. I think that are on there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Curious what's the better one right now. I'd say I maybe think Xbox has the lead, but PlayStation actually has the PlayStation Portal, their own physical device. So I think maybe they get the advantage. I don't know.
Because with the Xbox, what are you using then? Are you streaming just to your console and then just playing your console with cloud-based games at that point, or what are you doing?
Well, you can use your phone. You can use laptops.
Oh, that's right. I forgot last week's. We can use our toaster.
Yeah, you can use your. Yep. I've got my Steam Deck. I could use it.
I have a Taco Bell burrito wrapper off to the side. I think that's Xbox. Yeah, I'm pretty sure from what I learned last week. That qualifies.
And I've actually streamed to my my phone before with the Xbox, and I haven't had any issues with it. But then I haven't played anything like Rust.
Yeah.
So I'm always kind of curious about some of the bigger games that not only require servers to create like your worlds and everything,
right?
Like I wonder about Minecraft. Like one of those how it would work. So
yeah.
But yeah, I've got a controller that I just put my phone on, and I can sit there and stream games to it that way, and it works great.
It looks like Michael's saying that the Portal is 1080p. So okay, that's
thank you.
What's going on, Michael B?
That totally works for a handheld. So I'm just waiting for this technology to get to where it's where TV wants to get it. Like Samsung's tried to get streaming games to their TV, and I'm waiting for that technology to be there to see. I mean, I don't know. I think that would be very interesting at that point. But then I guess we're no longer buying consoles, right?
What an ugly thing to say.
I know.
Well, that's clearly what Microsoft is trying to do with this new.
Right.
This is an Xbox. Is
Yep.
you don't need the console, but then again, Phil Spencer came out the other day and said that they're not getting out of the console making business.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows? Maybe the next Xbox console is going to be a potato.
Yeah.
That you hook up and you're like, yep, look at this. We've reduced the cost. We've reduced the cost of our consoles, and we can charge more for them.
Well, actually, that's
you won't even need a potato.
Right. I mean, if you can get the streaming down, and if it can be competitive, like, because resolution becomes a thing, right? That does become a thing. Eye candy is a thing when it comes to big screen TVs, and TVs are only getting bigger, right? So, in order for that is where I think there's going to be a critical point where it's going to hit to where it's like, okay, well, I can stream this, and I'm paying a sub for all these games, but they're all at 1080p, and on my 4K TV, when upscaled, that doesn't look very good, right? I start seeing the aliasing, and we take a step backwards generational wise for the graphics. I think that it would be interesting to see where that critical point is, to where people push back, or whether the technology is so good now, and I'm just not thinking about just how good it is that we can just beam 4K or 1440p out to TVs without any latency and without anything there. So the DLSS stuff is very impressive, so maybe it's using the same sort of idea behind it, where it's upscaling once it hits its destination. So I don't know.
Yeah. And I think the majority of the gaming audience is like 10-year-olds. So like if 10 and 12-year-old, 14-year-old boys, like if they don't notice anything and they're happy with it,
oh yeah,
that's where the gaming industry is going to be making money, and they're going to just roll with it.
If that's true, that's the demographic. I don't know if it is or not. I haven't looked.
All right.
I think the next step for Microsoft is to team up with Neuralink, and we'll go ahead and put our little chips in our head and start playing our games that way. You no longer need a controller.
Right.
You don't own the games, but the games own you. All right. Let's get to the Game Awards stuff.
We have to.
The Game Award goes to...
let's see.
Mark Hamill giving himself an award.
So, Dathan is a big fan of Jeff Keighley.
Small around the world. And you can help select the winners by voting right now at the Game Awards.
I was thinking we could go to their website and vote along, but
so let's do it. Here are the nominees for the Game Awards.
We'll just go over the nominees for the game.
For Best Ongoing Game,
Okay, so Best Ongoing Game.
I might have actually played this. Who knows? One of these.
I'm trying to think what an ongoing game is.
Fortnite.
World of Warcraft
Diablo
is an
4
ongoing game, right?
Final Fantasy 14,
Fortnite,
Sea of Thieves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sea of Thieves is not going to get nominated.
I think anything that they have new seasons on is probably going to be considered a ongoing game.
Yeah, and we know, Game Awards is trademarked now, apparently, so Dathan wanted to make his own show. Sorry, bro. But all right, let's go. Let's see the nominees here.
Let's see it. It's going to be World of Warcraft.
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
Boo.
Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred.
Maybe.
Diablo 4. Final
Fantasy 14.
Boo.
Dawn Trail? What is that?
Yeah, it's the newest expansion.
Come on. Recency bias.
I bought it and stopped playing it.
We got lanyards at PAX West with Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did. That's where I noticed that from.
I'll give him that.
Okay.
Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2.
I don't know about Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it just came out this year.
Is it really ongoing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I kind of want to say, I don't know. I kind of want to be
Hibbity.
optimistic for Diablo 4
Yeah,
because
me
I've heard a
too.
lot of the good stuff about the latest update.
Yeah.
So
It's Fortnite that's going to win it.
So I'm gonna my vote for my pick for them is Diablo 4, but it'll probably be Fortnite. Best performance.
Best
All right.
performance nominees are Brianna White for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hannah Tell for Life is Strange Double Exposure, Umberly Gonzalez for Star
Boo.
Wars Outlaws.
I bet she gets it.
No, boo.
Oh,
All these
Ranked
girls are cute,
last.
but I think she gets it.
No, dead last.
Really?
I didn't even play Silent Hill 2, and I'm going
Roberts,
to give it to
Silent
Luke
Hill
Roberts
2.
over her.
And Melina Jurgens, Senua Saga.
Oh, she did a good
Hellblade
performance
2.
in the game.
Okay,
they
go,
did a
go
lot
back
of
to the
mocap
first
for her.
to the first two. Who were the first two?
Who were the first two?
Yeah, because I actually have a strong opinion on this.
Your best performance nominees are Brianna.
Oh,
Brianna-
no. Was
who
it?
is
Yeah,
she?
was it? It kicked off with Final Fantasy
Nice.
2 or
She
7?
Tifa? I don't know. We don't need to look it up.
And then who's next though? Because I think the next one was the winner.
White for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
here's Aerith.
Yeah,
Attack,
actually,
Life is Strange.
I didn't play this, but I'm guessing that actually technically would be the best performance, like acting wise and all of that, because I did play the Life is Strange original ones, and I was surprised at how good the voice acting was done and how well done the actual acting and delivery of the lines were, aside from the game itself. So that's
Double
my guess.
exposure.
My guess is that one wins. Boo.
I
No,
think she gets it.
she should not. No.
You really don't think so?
That was part of my issue with that, was the dialogue and her acting was bad in it. I felt so bad saying that, but yeah, I felt bad about it, but it was bad. Go back and play it and sit there, and it's here's the funny thing though too, is I don't know what's worse. I'd have to go back and put this up against the new Dragon Age, because that's some really horrible delivery as well.
Well, no one went from that
What we
game
need
was
to do is the
nominated.
Razzies of the video games. We can go
yeah.
to the worst
do
of
that.
stuff.
Sure.
I know but not the
Gonzalez for Star
podcast.
Wars Outlaws. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2.
Did he do a good job in that game, Chris?
Yeah,
You're
the
Yeah.
voice acting's great in that game.
I wonder about Senua Saga, because the first Senua one was well done too.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's
And
Koreans there.
Melina Jurgens, Senua Saga, Hellblade 2.
It might go to her.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly who wins.
I
that.
didn't play that one. I played the first, so yeah.
All right, this is Dathan's category right here.
Nah.
For the best mobile game, the nominees are AFK Journey, Balatro,
Heck
Pokemon
yeah.
Trading Card Game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone
I don't know
Zero.
what any of those are.
I don't know what any of those
I've
are.
never heard of any of those goddamn games.
No. I'll give it to Hearthstone though, since I still play it. Just hit Legendary the other day.
I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about Balatro, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I just, oh God.
that's where the more people
I play
probably-
I play when I'm at the gym, but all I play is Hearthstone. So maybe I should like broaden out and try something else that's a mobile game. I don't know.
Yeah, there's that one, ZZZ. I mean, you can't go wrong with something
Well,
called ZZZ.
Put
right?
me to sleep. The question would be, like, are they easy enough to play when I'm climbing stairs on a stair mill? Right? Like the card games are. But almost all of the other ones are probably more action focused, right? And I can't do that.
I don't know. There was
Vampire Survivors doing it.
that
Can
one
you?
called AFK.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that one,
keyboard,
AFK,
yeah.
it would almost have to be okay for that.
All right, best art direction.
The nominees for Best Art Direction are
Oh, if
Astrobot,
Baldur's Gate or-
Astrobot. So
There you go.
Black Myth Woo,
okay.
No.
Elden Ring
No.
Shadow of
All right, we got a DLC.
Yep, and here's
Metaphor Refantasio, and Neva.
okay.
Chris, have you played Neva?
I have no idea what that is.
I've never heard of it.
Same.
Never heard of it.
That's going to be the winner right there. Neva.
Maybe. Well, it's art direction, you know. There's a bunch of apes. Like the one Planet Wukong, wasn't that just Planet of the Apes done in a Elder Scrolls type of thing, or not Elder Scrolls, but Elden Ring sort of thing?
Well, no, it was
Oh, okay.
Journey to the West, but it was more done in an action adventure style.
Okay. So it can't win because it's a ripoff.
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to give it to Elden Ring.
What an ugly thing to say.
All right.
I don't know. I think it's
For
going
best-
to Neva
Yeah, Neva's a strong contender.
because nobody's heard
flowers.
of Neva, so
Uh-uh.
it's got to be amazing.
It's got to
right?
be artsy. Yeah.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
Best score in music. Okay, here we go. This will be a good one.
All right. A lot of us are music guys, so
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
in
we got
music,
this.
this year's nominees are Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio,
What?
Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade.
I think of those, it's probably going to go to Final Fantasy
Agreed.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the music in Silent Hill 2 it's fantastic as far as like the audio goes.
Uh-huh.
But there's nothing about it that I was like, oh, I want to sit down and listen to this musical score. So I honestly, I wouldn't say that's even like a nomination worthy soundtrack. Like the audio design's great for the game, but unless you're playing the game, I can't picture somebody being like, yeah, I got to put in that Silent Hill 2 soundtrack. It's going to be amazing to listen to because it only works with the gameplay.
Well, it sounds like Alikrian disagrees with your opinion that Wukong was just recycled crap. So we got somebody there. Got somebody disagreeing with you.
I didn't know I was saying it was recycled crap, but
That's what I heard, loud and clear.
Best audio design, that's going to go to Senwa Saga.
Yeah.
I'm calling that right now. I don't
In the
even know.
category
if
of
it's
Best
nominated.
Audio Design, these games are nominated: Astrobot,
Man, Astrobot's
Call of
cleaning
Duty
up.
Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga,
right there.
Hellblade
Yeah.
2, and Silent Hill 2.
I don't
Silent Hill
know.
2 could have something.
Yeah, if they did Dolby Atmos with it, that could be pretty creepy, and that could be a big deal with it, right?
that game gave me so much anxiety playing
Is it?
because of the sound design and everything. I had my headphones on,
Nice.
sat down and played it, and yeah, the entire time I was just like, I don't know if I want to go forward anymore, but I need to. Like,
Yeah.
it's a fantastic game.
But if
Do you-
Senua's Saga is like the first one, it does great things with voices and with like hearing things over your shoulder and playing head games with you, which is cool.
Well, and
Chris-
you definitely need the headphones to play the games.
Chris, do you hook your headphones up to your VHS player?
My DVD VHS player, I really went all out.
We can get into our VHS porno collection,
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Best Adaptation recognizes excellence in authentically creating shows, movies, and other creative endeavors based on video game worlds.
You think he
Here
talks
are
like
this
that
year's
in real life
nominees
to everybody?
Best Adaptation.
Yep.
Arcane,
Best adaptation.
What? They made a Fallout adaptation? They made a little miniseries or something out of it?
Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it was actually a pretty good
That was
series.
good.
really? Okay.
I hadn't seen it, but I've heard a lot of good stuff. All right.
Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon Yakuza, and Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft.
What was that on? Oh, that was a cartoon, wasn't it?
That was on Netflix, and I've heard it's horrible.
Okay, well, then that should win. I vote for that one.
It's probably going to go to the one we were just talking about.
Fallout?
Fallout.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Right. Okay. Best narrative. Best story. Chris always liked to talk about the good story. It's got to have a good
Yeah.
story, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the graphics are. Or...
It's
No.
going to be the game adaptation of Twilight.
It's going to be Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah. No.
All right, let's watch.
Okay.
For Best Narrative in a Game, the TGA nominees are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Metaphor.
Surprisingly, actually, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth does have a pretty crazy story, so...
Huh.
Refantasio. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. And Silent Hill 2.
That's a tough one. I don't know. For me, I think I might give it to Like a Dragon, but I don't know. You guys, Dathan, anything? Best narrative?
I'm just waiting for this little segment right here to be over so I can give you my take on what I think of the Game Awards. That's what I'm
Jesus
waiting
Christ.
on.
My God.
All right. Moving on.
Games for Impact celebrates thought-provoking games with a profound pro-social meaning or message. Here are this year's nominees.
Games for Impact.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, can I have mac and cheese for dinner?
Oh, hey, Galaga is here.
Guy, hey, congratulations on getting 500, bro.
Get your
You
hands
can do it.
off me, you damn dirty ape.
Okay. Galaga guy, we're going over Dathan's favorite segment of the
Galaga
year.
guy, we are begrudgingly going over the Game Awards right now. Please.
This
please
is gold, dude. Games for Impact. I don't even know what this means. I guess he just explained it.
He did. It's supposed to make a
Closer the distance.
social stance.
Indica.
Okay.
Neva. Life is
Oh, it's
Strange
going to
Double
Neva.
Exposure. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. And Tales of Kenzera.
The only one I played is Senua's Saga, so maybe I should.
I
go
think
for
it'll
that.
go to that, right? Because doesn't that one deal with mental health and things like that? Like very strongly?
Yeah, sort of.
So, oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Then it should sort of go to it.
I played Indica.
Yeah?
Yeah, that one dealt with, mental health.
Yeah. Maybe that's what all of them deal with. They're like, here's our go-to, make the world a better place plot device. Maybe
Well,
we
if we
can finally
could-
win that Games for Impact award.
If we could find a solution to mental health, I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we got you here, though, bro. All right.
Yeah.
The nominees for Best
Community Support.
Ooh.
Pac-Man.
Yeah. Single player only games.
Best Community Support. The people
Arcade
that-
one-up claw machine.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It's like, what do people complain about the most? It's probably Diablo 4. And, Fortnite, maybe.
Rust.
All right, let's
Madden.
Community Support are Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate.
Final
okay.
Fantasy 14. Fortnite. Helldivers 2. And No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Damn.
So are they saying it's the best support the developers gave to the community?
I think so,
No.
right?
Best community support.
I know, but the problem is I don't
Yeah,
see the community
right.
supporting those games outside of buying them.
It's the developers.
So it has to be the developers listen to the community to support them.
If that's the case, I bet it goes to No Man's Sky.
Well, it has
Where
to.
they've completely transformed that game. So yeah, they're not going to give any credit to the community. Although I think
Something's
there is a
paid
best YouTuber on here.
Well, then Galaga guy should get that.
Right. Well, yeah. How come Galaga guy wasn't nominated?
500 subs.
In the category of Best Multiplayer, the nominees are Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party
Heck yeah.
Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 4.
All right. Best multiplayer, it probably goes to Helldivers.
I would.
You don't
throw
think it goes
Mario
to Call
Party.
of Duty?
Oh, well, I think people were talking about Call of Duty for a couple
For
weeks, but
single
then I
player,
haven't heard
yeah.
anything about it lately.
Yeah, and we are still hearing about Helldiver, and it's been out for a while.
I would throw Mario Party out completely.
Yeah, Mario Party is not winning.
They gave Nintendo a bone.
The most disappointing thing about that is it's only a 4-player couch co-op game.
Yeah.
Unlike the previous ones.
I thought
If
it
you-
had online.
It does have online, but you can only play one person against somebody else
Oh, I see. You
online.
can't bring your whole comrades with you.
So there's two modes. There's one that allows you to play against 7 other people, and then one that allows you to play against 19 other people. But you have to have your own game and your own Switch in order to play those modes. So it was kind of like, well, that sucks. But yeah,
Right.
I've heard good things about Space Marine too, but I don't know about the multiplayer. So
40,000,
Ugh.
Space Marine 2. Best independent game celebrates
Best
games
independent
with a high
game.
degree of risk tolerance, as they are produced outside of the traditional publisher system. The nominees are Animal Well,
Animal Well is good. Balatro, haven't played, but I'm sure heard a lot
Balatro.
about it.
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and
Never.
UFO 50.
how much weed do you think he smoked before he did this?
Hey! Never.
Next is Best Debut Indie Game, which recognizes a development team that hasn't won a Game Award before. In fact, these teams published their first game in 2024. The nominees are Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive,
I'm gonna go to Animal
and
Well.
The Plucky Squire.
Oh, a Plucky
No, there it
Squire
is,
I've
Plucky
heard a lot
Squire.
about. I almost had that pre-ordered and I think I canceled it, but
Yeah. Maybe that's how it should get.
some of these categories are getting really deep.
Yeah.
Deep cuts. Yeah. I guess they need something to talk about on the show. Maybe there's not enough game announcements this year, because usually like the coolest thing
that's part of it.
to tune into the Game Awards is like you want to hear about the announcements about what's coming, but maybe there's not enough next year. Should we be concerned?
I think so.
Well, maybe next
For
year
best-
they'll add in best script written for a game. You know,
I thought that was best story.
no, they'll actually write in the script. You know, just you have to submit your script for best game.
Oh, I see. Okay, best VR game. This is going to go to Batman, I bet. I don't know what other VR has come out this year that's good.
guest.
VR AR game. The nominees are Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's
cheating.
Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow,
There we go.
Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening.
No,
Yeah, have any of you guys played any of those?
none of those ones. I could.
We've got them here. I could play them.
The dream is dead.
Yeah, it's just VR, you know.
Metro Awakening
For
and
content-
Batman Arkham Shadow are both really
Here's
good.
here's Galaga Guy's category.
Content Creator of the Year.
Yeah.
Content Creator of the Year.
Creator of the Year. The nominees are Queso,
Uh-oh.
Ilawan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer,
Boo.
and Usada Pecora.
No.
Part of the Game Awards is
Okay, like I haven't heard of any of those guys.
None of
So
those.
that's
guys
really
get it.
Clearly, the problem is the names of our channel should have been something like Techno Gamer or Metaphor Gamer or Street Gamer.
You still have time. Travis still hasn't picked like a name, so
I did. You think Travis is my real name?
oh, okay.
Plot twist. I'm John.
Wow.
Whoops.
Uh-oh, you just
doxed
doxed
myself,
yourself.
I know.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And
forward
you
to
currently
what's
live at
next.
address
And yes, we'll have
325.
lots of games to announce on December 12th. But what's the most anticipated upcoming game? Here are the nominees based
All
on
right, most anticipated game. So this game hasn't even come
Yeah.
out yet.
It's
know what
going to
this
be
is gonna
the,
be.
the Jeff Keighley game.
It's gonna be-
Grand
NC
Theft Auto 6,
NCAA 25.
26.
Oh, yeah, 26. My bad.
No, I don't think that's getting nominated for anything. Metroid 4.
Yeah.
Is there
Avowed?
a Final Fantasy game coming out?
Yeah, they do have the third one in the series that they're working on.
Final Fantasy, yeah, whatever that's going to be called.
From Software's next Souls game, whatever it's going to be called.
Are they working on one now?
I guarantee you they probably.
I know, but like I didn't know. Yeah, Concord 2 for sure.
Concord 2.
Concord 2.5.
Gears of War, probably.
Oh, Gears of War.
Is there a Gears coming out?
Next year.
Gears of War
Nice.
and
Fable.
Doom.
Oh
Doom,
yeah, Fable.
Fable.
The Doom one. Yeah, you're right.
I'm looking
Doom.
forward to Doom.
Doom
Yeah,
Dark
Doom Dark
Ages.
Ages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Indie, possibly.
Yeah.
I
maybe.
I said Gears.
And
That was the first one I said.
Yeah, we did say GTA 6.
That one's gonna be the biggest. That's gonna be the winner. All right. I'm just gonna play
I hope
it.
On
not.
currently announced titles:
Oh yeah.
Death Stranding 2
Oh, we
on
didn't
the beach,
Miss that one.
Ghost of Yote,
What?
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto
There you
6,
go. That's winning
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds. The best action adventure nominees are
Best action adventure. These should be games we like.
Yeah.
Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws,
There you go!
and The Legend of Zelda.
It's
Echoes
gonna go
of
to
Wi-
Star Wars.
Wow, we
Oh,
played all
man.
of those.
So Ubisoft just dumped a bunch of money onto this little organization to just continually get Outlaws nominated for every category.
That was the first category they got nominated for.
No, because the voice acting, which is not good, that was nominated.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
The story, I think, was in there too, wasn't it? I don't know. Two nominations is too much for that mess of a game.
Okay, I don't even know who wins that, but
None of us.
For best role playing, the jury selected Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree,
maybe.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
No.
Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantazio.
It's gonna go to Metaphor ReFantazio, I bet, because I've never played it. Nah, you guys aren't into that. All right, moving
The
on.
category of best fighting.
Best fighting game. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, which just got released today.
It's not even going to be nominated.
Yeah, it can't be nominated.
Oh, Tekken 8. Tekken 8 came out earlier.
Yeah.
I remember us talking about it, Chris, and I remember when I had the Panda on and I was doing the commentary.
Yep.
That was good for a week or two. And the Dragon Ball Z one.
You mean Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? That's on the screen right now.
Is it on the screen right now?
These are Dragon Ball.
On my screen,
But what
it
about
wasn't on there.
what about the Marvel versus Capcom Fighting Collection thing? Weren't you playing
Sparking
that as
Zero.
well?
Yeah,
Grand Blue Fantasy
what I said.
versus Rise.
Oh, sorry.
I guess.
Marvel versus Capcom
There you
Fighting
go. I hope
There you
that
go.
one wins. I hope that
Yeah.
one wins.
Action Arcade Classics,
Saiyan Spirit.
Multiversus, and
Yeah,
Tekken
Tekken 8 will
8.
probably win though.
Tekken 8 is probably more hardcore.
Yeah.
Best
Best
action
action
game. So like Contra style compared to action adventure.
Maybe.
nominees for Best Action are
Apparently
Black
not.
Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2.
No idea.
Innovation in accessibility celebrates games that are making our industry available and enjoyable to more people. Selected by a special committee of accessibility experts, the nominees for innovation in
It kind of looks like he has fake teeth.
accessibility are Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Prince of Persia: The
Senua's
Lost
Saga, I
Crown,
bet.
and Star
No!
Wars Outlaws. Next,
You can't even shoot on the speeder bike. You have to get off the stupid speeder bike just to fire at people who can shoot on speeder bikes at you. That is not accessible.
People with disabilities liked it for some reason.
I don't know how.
So,
It's an innovation, which means you can choose your pronoun. That's what it's all about.
Best family game. If Outlaws is in here, so help me.
okay.
Best family game. The
Star Wars
nominees are
Outlaws.
There you go.
Astrobot,
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
that one should win.
Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire.
It's Astrobot.
The Best Sim Strategy
Astrobot,
nominees are Age of Mythology Retold,
No,
Frostpunk 2,
no.
Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess,
No idea.
Manor Lords, and
Definitely.
Unicorn Overlord.
Wow, like that one, that category
That was a little out there.
completely went over my head. I have no idea.
That Unicorn Overlord was. People like it. I hate the fact you can't actually fight when playing it.
Huh.
You just it auto plays the fights.
Oh, okay. You played it, huh?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. Best sports racing game. Does this go to college football?
Has to.
This year, these titles are nominated for
Microsoft
Best
Flight
Sports Racing.
Simulator.
F1 24, EA
Do.
Sports FC 25,
Do.
NBA 2K 25, Top Spin 2K 20.
Top Skin is not good, you guys.
Okay, so do.
If that game, I guarantee you, is discounted right now on Black Friday.
5 and WWE 2K24.
Of those, I don't know.
Why didn't they
They
give Why didn't they give the college football anything?
It was on there.
No, it wasn't.
No.
That's the soccer one.
Was it the
Yeah.
soccer one?
Yeah,
Those
it
are
was the soccer one.
Yeah, they did not say EA Sports
Like
College
that
Football
seems
25.
kind of like a really big miss.
Well, they probably didn't pay enough for it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I'm surprised Outlaws wasn't on there. It's a sin, you know? That's right, Lanning.
All right, let's take a look at our 3 esports categories. Starting with
Esports.
Best
Jath-
esports game.
Jathan's
The
really into
nominees are
esports.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2,
Yes.
League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and
Bang bang.
Valorant.
Yeah.
The nominees for Best Esports Athlete are
Oh, okay.
Oh,
23,
This guy.
Alexi B,
Alexi
Juvie.
B.
Juvie.
Faker,
Faker.
Zywoo, and Kong Kong.
Kong Kong.
And for the Best Esports Team, our Special Esports Committee nominated these teams. Billy Gaming, League of Legends. Gen G, League of
I
Legends.
like how they all have matching
Navi,
outfits.
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, you have to.
T1, League of Legends. And Team Liquid, Dota 2.
Okay.
All right, it's time for our final
Team
2
Liquid gets that
categories. For Best Game Direction, which
They're probably
recognizes
pretty moist.
outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, the nominees are Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong,
okay.
Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refund.
All right, best game direction.
Man, this Metaphor game must be really good.
Yeah, it's been nominated a lot. I wonder if that goes to Black Myth Wukong. Curious.
It's going to go to Balatro. Because who doesn't want to play a poker
card game.
inspired roguelike deck builder?
Fazio. And finally, our global TGA jury, of which I am not a member, has selected the
I am
following
not a
6
member.
games as nominees for Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2024.
He's a member.
The Game of the Year nominees are Astrobot from Team Asobi, Balatro from Local Thunk, Black Myth Wukong by Game Science, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree by Fromsoftware, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth from Square Enix, and Metaphor Refantasio from Studio Zero.
All right. Of those, like, what is game of the year, you guys? Like, or what's going to win? I don't know. I want to hear your opinion.
Balatro, apparently.
I think the Metaphor won.
I think I want Astrobot to win, but
No,
I don't think
Astrobot should win every one that it's been nominated in. And I haven't played it, but from what I've seen and from what I've heard the feedback on it, that one should probably win all of the categories it was nominated in.
I can see Black Myth Wukong winning, but
I think it's going to be Elden Ring, honestly, because
that
otherwise
would
you change
that would
your.
yeah.
Why
yeah,
would
it felt,
you change your rules to include DLC?
Oh, I see. So they changed the rules to include it this go round. Then yeah,
Yeah.
that would be.
It's
Well,
sure
there
going to
just
get
wasn't
people
a lot to
talking
pick
about
from,
it.
though.
Yeah.
I think it's just that this year was kind of dry for a lot of this. I mean, I don't know.
it sure get us talking if Elden Ring, a DLC where you got how long do you got to play to even unlock the DLC?
That's kind of part of my problem where they gave it like the best direction. It's like maybe, but you have to get to it to see it. Like I feel like that's kind of a misstep in the way that they implemented it if it's supposed to be I don't know. I don't know.
No, I
You know,
agree with you. Yeah,
yeah, it's like it seems like it's not good direction to force people to get really through really difficult parts just to see the game that they played for.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Those are your nominees for Game of the Year. And yes, that means you'll hear the Game Awards Orchestra, conducted by Lauren Bell, play their themes live on this very stage on December 12th.
December 12th.
But before then, you should head to thegameawards.com to help.
Yeah, all right. We're not going to plug it anymore. We'll move on.
All right.
Let's talk about this stuff.
GameStop is gonna be or limited run's gonna be a GameStop.
So the question is now, does this mean that games will be available, when you want to pay for them and pick them up versus waiting 2 years out for them to arrive in the mailbox?
Oh, no. I don't have the list. I did have the list, and I turned off my... It's going to be titles that they've already made that are older. Like, I think there's some NES, there's some Super Nintendo ones that they're using their engine that they built, but I don't know. I have so much little faith in GameStop, and you know what I heard is Limited Run was having a hard time at Best Buy, so they were probably looking for a new retail partner, and this is who they got. So good luck, but if you're a GameStop retro store, you're gonna have Limited Run in your store. Woohoo!
That's all right.
How Limited Run? Yeah.
When do they have to change their name?
Yeah, I thought that like the interesting, like the cool thing about Limited Run was it is actually a limited supply of physical media you could get, but if you can find it at any GameStop, maybe it's not that limited.
Well, unless GameStop is telling us that pretty soon they're going to be a limited run after the holidays. Maybe they're closing 50% of them.
Yeah, good point. But
I mean, with all of it is interesting. Like with all of the purchasing that's done. I mean, you guys don't even go to GameStop to buy the collectibles that you buy, right? You buy them online,
right? No, and the games we bought, like one of the last games I bought, I wanted a brand new sealed game, and they sent it to me and it had been opened.
Yeah.
And that kind of pissed me off. So,
and it's too bad. I mean, I like the brick and mortar stores. I personally don't mind if it's a chain like GameStop is. I have good memories of going to Electronics Boutique and Babbage's and GameStop and all that stuff back in the day.
Egghead Software, did you go to that one?
Egghead, I think so. I think that was somewhere around this area, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I remember Babbage's, but yeah, maybe Egghead was before it was Babbage's, right? And I have good memories of that, so I don't want to see them shut down, but at the same time, I'm guilty of not supporting any of this stuff because I'm buying all my stuff on Steam. Right? So it's like I can mourn the loss of it, but gosh, after the holiday season, I do wonder how much of what they're going to turn into. But maybe I'm wrong too. When I have been to GameStop recently, which has been a couple times over the year, it is packed. Well, packed meaning I expect nobody to be there but the employees and maybe one other person and me, and there's 10 people in there.
Dathan, you got your EA Sports football locker there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. I think that's the last thing I bought from them.
Oh, okay. That was the last thing.
In July. There's Eric.
Hello, what's going on?
Well, over the years, GameStop has kept trying to change their identity. There was a period there where it was like, hey, come in and trade in your cell phone and we'll get you a new one.
Yeah.
And then this year they're like, oh, retro gaming is where it's at. So let's go ahead and open up these retro shops. And try and sell stuff that way. So
Yeah.
limited run is another one. Personally, I think if they want to really kind of expand out, they kind of need to do something with Victoria's Secret. You know, they can really get that clientele in there.
Boom shakalaka!
Yeah,
But
that would really.
yeah,
be
I don't know. GameStop is just it's one of those places you walk in there and most of their stuff is overpriced and who knows what kind of condition it's in if it's
no,
used.
for sure.
maybe
So,
this this. So what we're saying is this is the end of GameStop.
I don't know. We'll see. You know, things keep existing. So we'll see.
If anyone owns stock in GameStop anymore, I know they had that
Yeah.
trading fiasco, or I don't know what that was, where the
That's
stock
right.
went way up. Maybe now it's going to go going to drop.
Well, you were supposed to sell it right away, so
Yeah,
if you're still holding on to it, you've lost the memo.
right. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
I'm
Let's talk about the NECA stuff because GameStop has NECA, I believe. Chris, uh, all your action figures. Oh, no, that's not the one I want to
Oh,
do. Come on.
where'd we go?
There we are.
there.
Chris, your action figures, those are NECA, right?
Yeah,
And
they're
what do you think?
they're all like good quality figures.
And
You know,
Dathan, you got some NECA figures, right?
Yeah, I've been getting NECA stuff since 2003. I want to say.
So, this is the first I've heard of them having really kind of bad customer service, but maybe I've been out of the loop. But yeah, I've been getting NECA for a long time too. They've had some really good stuff in the horror genre. Uh, they've had good alien toys. They've had just kind of movies that are properties that like the kid toys haven't gone to. So I do appreciate it. Like, oh, I've seen Jason and the Nightmare on Elm Street, all that. So, but I don't know. Let's just get into it. So this latest thing. Let's see if I can see that better. Maybe. No. There we go. Anyway, I guess if you had bought. I'll just do. Yeah, I'll do that. There we go. So if you had bought a a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Donatello's Sewer Lab diorama online, I guess it's through NECA's website, they accidentally sent out an extra one to people. So someone got this email, says, "Thank you for being a loyal NECA customer. We're writing to inform you that due to an unexpected error in our shipping system, you received an extra Donatello Sewer Lab diorama by mistake. We sincerely apologize for the mix up and confusion. To help us resolve the situation and ensure that there aren't enough dioramas for the customers who bought them, we kindly request that you return the extra product to us. We will provide you with a prepaid return shipping label to make it easy as possible." And there's how to do it. "We profusely apologize for the inconvenience. Upon receiving the diorama, we will provide you a $100 NECA store credit to use on your next TMNT purchase as a token of our appreciation." Here's where it gets interesting. "Failure to return the diorama may result in limited opportunities to buy future products from the NECA store. Thank you again for your understanding and cooperation. If you have any..." So anyway, first of all, what are you guys' thoughts? Like, I'm legitimately curious. Are you Should they give the dioramas back, or this is clearly a mistake by NECA. Oh, and yeah, Travis just sent me NECA did a Bon Jovi figure.
Yeah, if you can use your $100 on that piece of garbage, then you should for sure return it. But they limited it to TMNT stuff, so I'm out. I'm keeping my diorama. I'm holding it hostage for some sweet Bon Jovi NECA action figures. No, I think that you should, because you should just be a good person.
You should be a
I
good
mean,
person.
if they bought these at, to probably pretty close to at order, like they probably forecasted it pretty tight, obviously, if they're sending this out. And and they're going as far as offering you $100 just to do it, right? So I think, you just do it to be a good person.
And they're not charging you to return it, so they're giving you a
No.
prepaid return label.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like legalities go, because
Well,
they
let me-
made the mistake, you don't have to send it back.
No.
There's a part 2 of this.
Yeah, let's go
story,
to the
by
part
the
2.
way.
We'll go to the part
Part
2
two.
now.
This is part 1. This is part 2.
All right, so this is the one that I saw today. I think this is an email, maybe, or I don't know where this is from. I believe I'm going by the assumption that all this is true and real.
Oh, I see.
But NECA says, by now you should have received a shipping label to return your misshipped item. If we do not receive the piece back in the next few weeks, you are going to be charged for it and will be exempted from all future offerings. Please realize that by not returning the piece that was misshipped, you are taking it away from another collector, NECA. All right, you're going to get charged for this. It's their mistake. Like, they sent you the item. This is their mistake. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm kind of on the side of F you, NECA. Like, it's
Well, you
mine.
can't do that, because they can just dispute. The customer can just dispute the charge and say, I
They
never
can
ordered
dispute the
this,
charges,
they sent it
right.
to me, it's not my thing. So I don't agree with that line of dialogue, with that line of action with the company. Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of either somebody is naive and doesn't understand what the laws are regarding misshipped items, or it's a case where NECA's kind of really hoping that their customer base doesn't know that because they made this mistake, that they don't really have a leg to stand on. But
Right.
How many did they ship out? Extra. That's
it's sold out on their website, and it's a $300 diorama. So I imagine for the people who didn't receive
they'd be pretty pissed.
for $300, yeah, I'd be pretty pissed too. And
Yeah.
But-
I'm sure for NECA too, they're kind of like, even if you've got like 10 of them that they misshipped, that's $3,000 they're out. And so I'm sure they're probably like, we really want that money, and we have to pay it back if we don't get these dioramas back. So
But I don't know. This it's again, but I go back to it is their mistake. It is a huge mistake on their part, man. Like, that is a huge monetary cut they're going to take there. But, like, they got to figure they're not going to get everything back, right?
Right.
So they're going to take some loss here.
yeah,
The
which
question is,
is why they're obviously trying to say we're going to charge you and not allow you to buy from the future. The other side of it too is what happens if you have some of these people who got misshipped ones to them, and then they turn around and put it up on eBay or wherever, and try and resell it. And it's like, well, how much worse are you because you decided to take something that this company made a mistake on, and you've decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and make a quick buck off of it.
are you the scumbag or are they the scumbag? Yeah.
I mean,
Well, also they're threatening that you can't buy from them, that you're going to be exempted from their store. But when I'm looking online, it seems like everything is available at Best Buy, Amazon, and Target anyway.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So
So
it
I
doesn't
don't.
seem like
That's
that's
an
much of
empty
a
threat.
threat. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
super
very empty threat.
empty. Okay. So, yeah, I just don't think they should have gone that route with the messaging. It should have been maybe, if there's something else we could do, let us know. Or maybe they should just scramble and go buy another 50 from whatever country they got it manufactured in.
Yeah.
Meatball Saucy says hi, Eric. Uh, hmm. Dathan, do you have any thoughts on this before we go?
I mean, I'm with the consumer on this one. I'm not with NECA. No offense to their toys. They've made some good shit in the years, but I mean, you're packing and shipping out $300 dioramas. Maybe take a little bit more care and pay attention to what the hell you're doing when you're putting these in boxes and not putting two in there. Looking at the labels like, oh, this customer bought one, I'm gonna put one in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm, and I probably would have been a little bit more sympathetic to NECA, but this second part here where they're saying,
Yeah.
you're going to be charged, and we're not going to let you buy anything else going forward. I mean, like, well, you know what? That's, I'll go to Amazon. I'll go to Target.
Yeah.
I'll go to wherever else and pick something up. That's mistakes happen. I get it.
Further-
shit happens, and it's just oh, we messed up. Move on, and if you guys can send this back, great. If not, it is what it is. We understand. So
Well, furthermore, Dathan, to your point, like they're cannibalizing their customer base or their partners, right? So they have retail partners. And by posting these things up on their own website, this should be a lesson to them that they're good at designing toys, not so good at fulfilling e-store orders. So quit trying to encroach on what your retail establishments do for you as a partner. Right? Like, don't try to take all the margin yourself. Go ahead and leave it to Target to go ahead and figure out how to manage inventory and ship and not have these accidents happen. Right? Get out of the game yourself.
I'm curious though, like this, if this is $300, Target probably wouldn't have a $300 toy there.
No, but
Target's
they
This
would
is
though.
why it's being offered on their
But
website.
No, because Walmart.com, because I worked with them, they'll take anything. Right? Like, and I guarantee Target.com has the same sort of thing, right? Where you can find not
Possibly.
available in store items there, right? And that's why you can just send the stuff to them to manage that for you, right?
Yeah.
And then you don't have
No,
to
I
make these
agree.
threats. And they're much better at picking and packing than, you're going to be in your little facility. Well, at least better than they were. A lot of other companies can deal with it very well. But there's always the argument of like, why are you selling when you're also working with retail partners to sell for you? Why do you want the margin? Let them have it. That's what they do for you. They're your partner, right?
That was the interesting dilemma that Arcade One Up was having, because they were mainly selling to partners, but then they started selling on their website too. So
And your
yeah,
partners get mad, man. I've had to deal with it. They do not like it. They don't take kindly to it, and they get upset because they took the floor space for you. They set it aside in the planogram for that year, and then you then flip on them and say, oh, this Christmas also, thanks for having 2 rows dedicated to us, but we're also going to go ahead and open up stores on this e-store that we did through Digital River or whatever. They don't like it, and every time I understand why they don't like it.
Yeah, it's interesting because it looks like the dioramas, which is what this is. NECA only has them on their website. You can't get them through Target or Walmart or any of those places. Because I saw they just put up the Beetlejuice 1988. It's the trench coat scene with spikes and Dante's Inferno room for $180 on their website. As a pre-order, and it's kind of like, well, that's kind of cool looking, but I'm not going to buy from your website. I'll go to Best Buy or somewhere else.
Dathan, what if it was a Transformers diorama for something Optimus Prime related or whatever, and you guys ordered it?
Well, it depends. It depends.
You didn't get it.
I mean,
or if no, what if you got 2? What if you got 2?
Well, for starters, NECA doesn't have the Transformers license, so I can.
If they did.
If
Snap.
they did.
What if they had GoBots?
If I got 2 of them.
GoBots.
if I bought something that's $300 and I got 2 of them, it was a hair, and they said did the same scenario, my first thought would be call my Transformer buddy Chris, say, hey, I got an extra one, here you go, and then that would be that. So look, I'll go back to my original thing.
No, I agree with your take.
You got to do better at educating and training your people to these are $300. These aren't $14.99 6-inch figures that come in clamshell packaging. Right. They're not. They're they're expensive sets for what they're pricing it at. Maybe pay attention to what you're doing. Match up with how many they bought. That type of thing.
It's a serious lack of quality control on their part, is what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And can you imagine they're going to have this, I don't know when this is going to go on their books, but it's going to, this is around Christmas time for their company. They're going to be short a lot of money here. Yeah. But they're going to have to make it right by the customer, right? We'll have to see what happens if I see any more updates on this. We probably will.
Yeah. I mean, when you say make it right by their customers, that can only go so far. Because if they had a pre-order allotment, because that's what NECA does, they said this is if you have a window to pre-order this item, and that's how many we're going to make at that point. We'll probably make extras for whatever for conventions or San Diego Comic-Con or whatever, and then they send out extras to these other customers by accident. They're just going to refund the people that didn't get it. That's all they're going to do. There isn't going to be anything else after that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. You're going to get pissed. Everyone's going to be pissed. This is a no-win scenario.
It sucks, but I mean, I've had multiple things canceled by stores and online retailers, multiple things, and it sucks. It is what it is, I will say this. I did yesterday, fingers crossed, when I was getting ready to have dinner with Eric, I was in the car and I got a notification. What do we call tweets now on X? What is it called? Is it
tweets?
Elon? Is it still
Musk.
tweet? Is it?
Refuse the X. Refuse the X branding.
Advertisements every 5 seconds.
I think it's called musking.
You got a Musk.
I got a Musk.
You got a waft.
It was about the PlayStation 5 limited edition.
Yeah.
One of those came through.
Oh.
Luckily enough, I kept going at it and trying, and I was able to secure one for now. The card was charged. It still says processing though, so we'll see if it is it going
to be a mystery?
If it shows up or not, Stay tuned, class.
But that was for the controller, right?
No, that was
no. He got the whole system.
Oh, the entire console. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of controller, Chris, yours comes tomorrow, by the way. So.
Yeah.
Mine comes tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it from Walmart and from Best Buy, so they'll be here tomorrow.
The guys that got
from.
What's that?
He got it from Direct, PlayStation Direct, right?
From
no,
PlayStation
I got it
Direct
from Walmart. I got the console from Walmart. So
okay.
You got the console from Walmart.
That's why I'm curious because Walmart is notorious for canceling that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If
they did
I got
that with
from PlayStation Direct, I'd be a little bit more. I wouldn't be a little bit more concerned, but Walmart, I'm a little bit like I hope it goes through. So
yeah, the Nvidia was when trying to get the Nvidia 4000 series and 3000 series video cards. That was tough if it was Walmart because it would start with that pending thing, or or processing, and then you'd wait 2 days and it'd be like your order's been canceled. So I see your nervousness. I agree with that.
Yeah,
it says Best Buy had the same problems too, though. So
yeah, it says it's going to be here on Monday. So
yeah, but it says it's going to be there on Monday. But you haven't seen the charge to your credit card yet, or have you?
I did, but this happened before. This happened before, where I've had stuff charged to credit card and then it cancels and it just falls off the card.
Yeah, it falls off that way. Okay.
Yeah, the whole story when I bought the Alien Romulus tennis shoes. When I was on vacation, they charged my credit card, and then it took a couple days, and then it got turned around and canceled.
Yeah.
I was not gonna get it. So
You won't know until it ships, and then you won't know until you see it, I guess. But good luck.
Exactly.
But everyone's saying that controller at least looks dang amazing. So I'm excited to get that. And that console looks like it's like a really amazing unboxing experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious to see how you like it. So hopefully you do get it.
I hope
I'm
so.
hoping for it.
I'll check the tomorrow and see if there's tracking and shipped and all that stuff. And if
That
is,
was,
then
and you could, if you want to be one of those guys, you could definitely turn around and sell it for quite a bit.
oh no, I'll keep it. I'm not gonna get rid of it because I did. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Where's my?
So stupid. I hate this one. I did something real bad, and I bought.
Surprise.
Jesus
He has one
Christ,
already.
my God.
What?
I got one of those too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, my God.
So stupid. I hate this one.
Is it the peer pressure?
It's because I know a guy, and so I was able to get
Yeah,
it.
it was
lot
the
cheaper.
peer pressure, a-hole.
So I was like, I gotta do it. So
what are you gonna hook it up?
yeah, I'm gonna hook it up this weekend. I didn't have time on. I was so busy this weekend. So
are you gonna even open the other one though?
I'm on the fence still. Still on the fence. We'll see.
Because what's the difference between the other one is just a color scheme, right? But it's a basic PS5.
It's a PS5. It's a slim, but it comes with a drive.
Okay.
And
that's right, because this one doesn't. Right.
Yeah.
The
Pro
one doesn't.
This one doesn't. But I ended
You
up
son of a gun! You got a Pro and you got a 30th anniversary Pro.
Yeah.
I told you at the beginning of the show that I had spent a lot of money. Remember that conversation?
Yeah, it was the peer pressure, a-hole.
No, it wasn't peer pressure. It was not the best. I've had better moments financially, so it was a weak moment, but it is what it is.
This is when you go stand out on Portland Road in Salem and you kind of just make money back.
Dathan, if you're going to play those, how do you, just out of curiosity, how do you manage, because you've got one display that you're playing them on, right? Like one monitor or TV that you're playing your consoles on, right? So do you unplug the HDMI and just swap between, or do you have some form of a fancy switcher?
I got an 8K switcher that I use.
Okay.
For everything. The only thing that it doesn't work well on is the Steam Deck dock for some reason, and I can't figure out why. Everything else works perfect, but the Steam Deck dock just will not register, and I can't figure out why.
But there would be no reason.
TV.
But there would be no reason to have the Pro and the 30th connected to your actual gaming center, right?
No.
Because you okay. You
well,
could hooked up.
Now you reminded me of that guy that got the record for most consoles connected to one TV. Saudi Arabia, 444 consoles.
Yeah, that was earlier this
Dave
year.
might be able to get there.
I don't even know. Like, how would you even know where to begin with anything like that?
You need some really crazy switchers.
You can watch there's a video online
of
him explaining how it set it all up, and he's got a Excel file that he has to go to see which
consoles
which switch he has to have on to have which console.
The real question is Dathan going to get this game?
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna ask now because obviously there's Black Friday sales going on right now, which is good, and I think it's cheaper. With the new update, with it being stealth, you can go straight to combat from stealth. Is it worth it now?
I'm gonna be a hypocrite because I'll go back to playing it. I didn't think the stealth was as bad as people made it out to be. Like, I beat the missions that people were stuck on. Were they frustrating? Kind of, but not that bad. Really, to me, the biggest frustration with the game was it felt super clunky. The stealth mechanics felt clunky. The aiming, the duck and shoot aiming felt super clunky. They did address aiming, but I'm not sure by their description whether it's going to feel any better. The game just felt janky. It just didn't feel good. And the other issue was that you can't, like, things like not being able to shoot on your speeder bike. Like you could, and I should clarify, you can if you have a perk that allows you to stop play, target 3 enemies, so get 3 shots off, and then shoot those 3 shots and repeat again. But you can't just do like I'm on a horseback and I'm attacking enemies sort of stuff like you can in these kind of games. You have to jump off your bike
Like
and
Red
start
Dead
shooting,
Redemption. Yeah.
and then they will be polite enough to stop their speeder bike and jump off and do a a gunfight at the OK Corral. But that sort of stuff is really, really, really unpolished and stupid. And I didn't read in the patch notes that they addressed that yet. But they did say that they're committed to making it a good game.
It's not something they want to patch, Sorry, Travis, they're just not looking to make this game the way you want it to be.
Like any other game of this genre. Like, that's what's amazing to me.
I mean, I'm kind of to the point now where, because I was going to get Ubisoft Plus just for Assassin's Creed and for this. So, I mean, Assassin's Creed comes out in a couple months.
Yeah.
Well, that's if Ubisoft is still around in a couple months.
I would do that. That's how I did it, right? I just paid for the subscription, downloaded it, played it for a month, and canceled, right? Like, that I think is fine. And it's not a terrible game. It's just nowhere near the caliber that they're capable of doing.
It could have been better. I think if they do a sequel to this game, not a DLC, a sequel, they could actually really polish it and do more of the gameplay elements that people liked. Like I like the ship stuff, surprisingly. Like they need to do more of that kind of stuff. But the times in this game when I played it, the frustrating parts was the stealth mechanic, because
You didn't like the stealth.
I didn't not like it. It was just like I did a couple of those missions many times because I was trying to figure out, okay, I got to go this way.
Yeah.
And now I'm not going to go that way. Let's start over. Let's try this one. Like, if you don't have that element in there, and I guess you can still do it, but if you don't have that stealth in there, like, completely changes the entire game to me. Because like now, if you don't have to do any of that, it's just run and gun, stay alive. That's like every game has that. So
yeah.
So I guess that's my gripe, is like that now they're just making it so it's bland. Like, I don't know. Maybe they just need to go even harder in the stealth. I don't know. It's so bad that these modern games can just go back and retcon the stuff that was what didn't sell and people didn't like, and now they're just going to go back and like, oh yeah, it never happened. Like, own it.
The problem with a lot of the stealth areas in the game was it wasn't clear
what direction to go,
which direction to go. And so a lot of times if you're trying to do the stealth areas, you just walk into a group of enemies because you're like, oh, this is the way I'm supposed to go.
It was overwhelming, and their little Spidey sense way of tracking the guys also was kind of confusing. Which is amazing because Assassin's Creed does it just fine, and they just tweaked it to where it wasn't what you. And maybe that's part of it, is that I especially have been trained with the Assassin's Creed games, that maybe part of it was that I was looking for it to be too much like that, and since it was dissimilar, it was too shocking. But really, again, I thought that it just felt clunky. Like, they did fix the speeder bike issue where you were biking and you hit one thing and you would just fly. Like, you just instantly crash. Like, that was ridiculous. But the rest of the game did too. Just even butting up against a wall, like running out from cover here and going up to a wall and taking cover there, that felt clunky beyond everything. Like, it just really lacked a polish, and that to me is what bothered me the most.
Well, it's so weird that Ubisoft decides to have two separate game engines.
Yeah,
so Assassin's Creed uses their Anvil game engine, and then this one used their Snowdrop game engine. But it's like, why don't you just use one game engine and
Yeah.
have
How
it-
much? Does anyone know how much this DLC actually is? Is it $20? How much is it? While you look that up, someone pointed this out on X last week or whatever. The Ubisoft logo, I don't know
Yeah.
what it looks like right there. I guess if you think of it as a 3D model and you turn it on its head, it actually looks like a pile of poo. Can you see it?
Yeah. Now, I will say that that at work I talked with an employee of Ubisoft in their IT organization, and one of the things that I did say, so I disagree with Meatball. Well, I don't disagree with you, Meatball, because you didn't say this part, but I did actually compliment that I felt like the subscription service was fairly priced when I tried it, and it worked really well. I gave them that feedback. Maybe I'm
Are
in the
any of you guys going to
minority.
get this DLC? I don't know what the price is, but
It's $14.99 or
Okay.
$39.99 for the entire season pass.
they got to make up
Or
some
just
money.
subscribe, right? And then you're okay there. Like you get everything if you subscribe, right?
Does this come with Ubisoft Connect?
It doesn't say it does.
Yeah.
Oh,
It-
because
it
the
I
does.
full
think
game did.
I think if you got the Ubisoft the Plus, you got the
Yeah.
the highest tier game with all the DLC that came with it.
Which comes
I
with
think.
everything, right? Yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
was advertised to me, and that's why I thought it was a decent deal. It was for that plus. I think it's $19.99 a month, right?
Or 17,
Or
17
17
or 9,
something.
something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. And I thought that was fine for like the top tier games that they provide. Um, I thought that was actually a decent deal, and it
Travis,
was
did you do any of the
fast.
card games?
Yeah, actually, that was my favorite part of the entire Star Wars Outlaws game.
Okay.
Was the gambling card game thing. Yeah.
There you go.
And then I realized that might say a lot about the rest of the game. You know what I mean? But then I said, well, wait a minute though. Witcher 3, like I remember people going crazy over the card game in that. Like it's not uncommon for it to have a little mini game that you actually do just really like if it fits you well.
I mean, if we're talking about how you look at it as a clunky game, if anybody remembers playing the very first Assassin's Creed in 2007, that game was very, very clunky, and
Was
it was
it?
hard
Okay.
to yes, it was hard to
Yeah.
move around, and you couldn't swim, and just the combat was pretty difficult to get used to.
Gotcha.
So if they do decide to make a sequel with this or come out with something better, I'm sure there'll be some improvements, but who knows at this point.
I think they could improve this. It wasn't like it was really, really, really bad. It just was shockingly bad to me coming off of all the recent Assassin's Creed games that I had just beaten, like Valhalla and all that stuff. So I guess that kind of played into my disappointment, along with the voice acting, along with not caring about the character at all. Like I just didn't have any motivation to play as that character. Like I kept waiting for it to be like, oh, here's what drives this character, and here's where you're gonna like want to be this character, and that never happened. To where I was at. Now that being said, I do plan on going back and playing it again when I'm done with whatever I have in the backlog, and Horizon Zero Dawn will probably take precedence over it. So it could be a year, and then at that point maybe it's fixed, or maybe it'll be $4.99 because it should be that like in a couple months, right?
Or maybe there'll be another update where they change the card game.
Yeah, make the card game the primary thing, and then add stealth back in.
The
It's a
primary thing
stealth
you
card
liked.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they'll change the card game, but they'll add the shooting back to the speeder bike.
Yeah,
Maybe they'll listen to this video and hear you. So.
maybe. Crazy things have happened.
Yeah. All right. Good show, guys. Any final thoughts before we go? Dathan just needs to take next week off so he can just watch out for porch pirates coming to his house.
It's next week is going to be brutal. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving, obviously, because that's
that's right.
Thursday.
That's next week. Huh?
That's the thing. So we are having a show on Black Friday, correct? That is the thing. Yes.
I believe
Maybe?
so. I believe so.
Okay.
Well, let's
Yeah,
see
let's do
if
it.
my relatives have anything else planned. But So far, yes. I will tell. My plan is to do a show for sure.
Ducks have a bye week, so you guys are okay there. You have
Ducks
nothing going
bye
on for
week.
that. Yeah.
Tomorrow's the big game between Indiana and Ohio State. So
9 a.m. everybody, West Coast time. If you're on the East Coast, I don't.
Who do we root for? I kind of want to root for Indiana because I don't know if Oregon wants any part of Ohio State.
I think you want to root for Ohio State.
Ohio State just lost their center for the year.
Yes,
yeah, that was a bad deal. He was like one of the top 2 or 3 in the country, and if anybody that knows football, your center is your anchor when it comes to your offensive line.
You never want to root for injuries, and God knows the Ducks have had so many over the years. I just remember Dennis Dixon going down in, when was that, 2007?
Mm-hmm.
They were going to go all the way, and when he went down, it was over.
Yep.
And Gallagher guy's back. He took a little cat nap.
Yeah.
But
wrapping up, Gallagher guy.
Yeah,
catch it on the restream.
That should be interesting. And then next week, get the revenge against Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State is the number one. Go
Sports. He doesn't watch sports.
Yeah. Well,
go football
Ohio,
team,
though.
Go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go sports.
Go sports.
Go sports. Get the points.
I will say too, like sports is usually very depressing and demoralizing, and it's very rare when your team is good. I mean, ask Travis and Chris. I mean, Oregon State fans, like, you do not. This is not a good time.
Oh, it's
right.
What are you talking about? They're an amazing team this year.
They are bad.
So sports is one of those things where it's got overwhelmingly crushing lows, but when it has that 1 off, 2 off, 3 off soaring high, it's awesome because of that.
Yeah.
Right. And it doesn't matter what team you root for. Well, unless you live in Boston, then you always have a sport to turn to. Right. But that's just the way it is. Right. Yeah.
I totally agree. I have witnessed some epic lows. I mean, I was at the Ducks' first national championship where they lost in that field goal to Auburn. I was there.
Oh, Chris and I, when Chris, his family owned the video game store, he had a party at his at their business. Do you remember that, Chris?
Yep.
And that's where I was. I was watching it over, and we streamed it on I think Alikrian's Xbox. Or you remember when Xbox you could watch live sports on I don't know, it was the ESPN app or
Meatball Saucy. That was Hasselbeck who said,
"Yeah, that was Hasselbeck."
Score. That was at Green Bay.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
But I liked Hasselbeck.
So did I.
It could be worse. You could be a Cowboys fan, right?
I mean, you could be.
You know what? I wouldn't. Whoever Andy Reid's publicist is, he's got to fire that guy. These ads that he's doing, like whoever his manager is for these ads and stuff, you got to get rid of that guy.
Gallagher guy, you didn't need to do that.
He's a ceiling fan.
But I've been to games that have been absolute. Like I went to that 2009 Civil War where the winner went to the Rose Bowl. That was pretty epic. And then that Rose Bowl win in 2011, I think it was. I mean, I've been to a ton of games that were pretty epic. And I think I was at the Damian Lillard's game-winning playoff shot.
Were you really? Well, he's had a couple. Were you at the Houston game or were you at the OKC game?
Right? Yeah.
I was at the OKC game.
Yeah, the OKC.
Yep.
And
we just bought tickets at random, My buddy's like, "Hey, we can get tickets for like $40. You want to do it?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." And glad I did.
I got to see the Brandon Roy 50-point game where he did that against Phoenix.
Yeah.
But the other one is I saw Kobe Bryant like go off on the Blazers with 2 winning shots. I don't know what year this was, but to sink. It was like the last game of the year or something. He made Kobe Bryant was probably the most unbelievable athlete I've ever seen in person. And I'm not a Lakers fan at all.
No, but you can still respect.
Yeah. Remember when we drafted Mark McGuire's brother? What are we talking about? Baseball?
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah. We won't
Meatball.
even talk about the Mariners. Jeez. Yeah. Okay. Good night. All right. Well, we'll end it there. Any final thoughts, you guys?
Nope. Have a good week.
Have a good
Thanksgiving,
day.
everybody. Be
Heck
safe.
yeah.
If you're traveling, be safe. Eat lots of good food, and hopefully we talk about some Black Friday deals on next week.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I'm probably going to try and get up to next level next Friday. So
nice.
So we'll see how that goes.
Got to try to beat Dathan's score on X-Men.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I can do is go to Radar Toys here in Salem and see Lou Ferrigno at 3.
Definitely.
Pay $50 for a selfie with him if you want.
Who cares? Thanks, Eric.
I think you can haggle him down to 35.
Yeah, I actually, before we go, I already saw Lou Ferrigno at Rose City Comic Con, I believe. So
there you go.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it wasn't this year for sure.
Lou Ferrigno now or Lou Ferrigno in 19?
The best episode of Incredible Hulk was when he fought the bear.
I think that's the only episode I know.
That's the only one you need to know. Is that's the one where he fought the bear.
The best.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
Yep. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I hope you didn't pay for that.
Yeah, that's a Ninja Turtle reference right there.
Right. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
Good night.